The next exciting feature of Astor Powerproject is line of balance. Line of balance is a technique to optimize the flow of resources through work locations. Each activity is assigned a code for a stage of work or a build stage, and a code for location. Now I've already allocated those onto here, so they've already got the color codes here set up for different stages and also for different apartments. A graph can be displayed at a stage of work by location over time, and that graph is here. Now I've already put it in, as you can see. So you can see with the first floor, second floor, and then broken down by different apartments. You can see here that apartment 12 is slightly larger than the others because I've made that out to be the penthouse, and so you can actually physically make it larger to display that fact. The technique is generally applied to repetitive processes. So, for example, plasterers going from one room to another. Could we do the job quicker by putting 2 gangs in rather than 1 gang? Now, what we've got here is a number of tasks. So I've got carpenter here, first fix carpentry. So I can move things around in the graph, or I can move things around in the bar chart. So, for example, if I moved on my tasks here back, it moves in the bar chart here as well. If I move it forwards, it moves in here. If I can pick it up inside the bar, inside the balance area as well, like so. You've got different ways of displaying the information inside here. So under the properties, we can display that as a one line, or we can show it as the trapezium we saw earlier, or open trapezium. So different ways of displaying the same information. I'm actually going to use the solid trapezium. And what it's doing here is it's showing the inefficiencies when running this site here. So there's lots of white space here. So we could have trades waiting around before they come in and do the next activity. And in this case here, I want to try and get my carpenters, get some more carpenters in, have 2 gangs in, and we'll do two at a time. So I'm going to go down to my apartment 1 down the bottom here. I can right click on it, go to the work phase frequency, and say that I want to do 2 at a time on here. Okay, that. It brings it in 2 at a time. As you can see, the graph can be interacted with on different locations and different stages. And the real key thing here is that a large number of tasks can be edited very rapidly. As you saw there, a number of tasks, well, they were brought in 2 a week. What we then do is go through the rest of the tasks and carry out a similar operation. So another example then, if I was going to say here that my first fix electrics, I need to pull in all the space in and again get a couple of gangs on there as well. I can go into my graph, apartment 1, right click on there, and with the frequency, again you can change the frequency just by increasing and decreasing how many stages at a time you want it to do. Again, I'm going to stick with 2, and it pulls those in. As you can see here, the graph is still got some white spaces in it as I'm working through this. So I've got quite a large stage there. So rather than keeping it 2 a week from then on, what I can then do is just move that back on my apartment 3 manually here, and then go down into the graph area to apartment 3. Again, right click, work face frequency, and from then on I can then say 2 a week. So that's closed up the gap inside there now. So we're really optimising my frequency.